Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Chair. My name is Tracy. Thank you for joining me today. So, even though it's chair yoga, you always have the option if you choose not to use the chair. You can use it as a tool for your practice. Today, I have my chair, I have a block, and I have a strap. As we go through this, listen to your body. If you have something going on or something's not feeling so great, do a little bit of movement and then pause and then do a little bit of movement. So you don't have to continue following me all the way through things, as we get up, as we get moving, this can hurt, that can feel uncomfortable. So true yogis listen to their bodies. So don't feel bad if you can't do this or that. It's where it is today, and that's that acknowledgement that, okay, you know what, we'll give it a try today, we'll rest the body, and then maybe next time we'll be able to get there. So all right, so we're going to come over, if you can be on your chair, and you can also do this standing as well. Now this particular chair here is not an ideal chair. It's from IKEA. It has, if you see here, it's very concave, so this is not ideal for strengthening the lower back. So for something like this, I could probably put a block. I have a pillow, and now I have an Iyengar chair, and the Iyengar chair is one that has no backing to it. So it's a special chair that normally you see them have this here, and that's cut out. And the reason is, as you practice and grow in your practice, you're able to kind of do back bends and go through the back of the chair and do all these types of things to it. And this isn't really ideal to do a whole session. If we're doing a lot of seated work, it's not going to strengthen that lower back. So as you're in your chair, explore how the lower back is. And it's not meaning anything to, oh my goodness, I have to go out and buy a special chair. It's taking what you have and tweaking it just a little bit, as our practice is 60 minutes. So that's what we have to take into consideration. As you get in your car and you travel or you go on an airplane, you're going to be seated for a little while. So adding in those little comforts to help you with that. Also sitting, the placement on the chair, finding that proper seat. So as I come here, and you can keep your shoes on, that's perfectly fine. And so as we find our proper seat, we're going to start with the feet here. Would it benefit to put a block or book under your feet? Explore that option. So I'm about 5'8". My daughter said I'm shrinking. And see where the knees are. Are they level here to the hips? Now if it's going too up, that's not good. If it's too low, that's not good either. We want to try to get it level the best we can. Now why? That helps that lower back. Everything's connected and is affected by one part. So as we start with our feet here, we're going to make sure they're flattened, as if we're like pushing it down into the earth, like we're pushing our feet down into wet sand. So feel that. See if you can spread the toes out just a little bit. Now you may have shoes and socks on. That's okay. See if you can separate. Now I'm using my fingers as an example to show how we can spread the toes apart. We want to wake those little tootsie toes up, opening up and closing. Just a little bit of movement. Pause at any time you feel any discomfort. It's okay to take a breath or two. We're just opening those toes, waking them up. Get a feel of how it's being pressed down into that heel here. So as we press down into the heel, that is for bone. And as we tap and press down into the top part, ball of the big toe mound here, this is for our muscle here as we reset here. Now as we come up, we're focusing our awareness to the knees as we look down, and always try to get to that coverage of the second toe. So you look down, I'm seeing my big toe. So that's helping here get you in a set of alignment to get that pelvic floor here. Now as you come up, if you feel you can already feel like your knees kind of going out, maybe it would benefit for you to put a block or pillow as a little reminder so you don't have to worry about it. So one less thing to worry about, just like when you get in the car, you put your seatbelt on, that's good, right? You adjust the headrest. Same thing with this, as we're preparing for our journey in chair. How is it? Our feet are rooted down. I'll put this here just so that my knees and my thighs listen here. I'm gonna take my sit bone, maybe get the hands, scoot that skin from side to side. All these things we gotta check before we begin, right? Get that pelvic bowl lined up, tall spine, bring those shoulders up and back. And explore as you are settling in, do you need something in that lower back to soften a little bit? Do you need a little bit of that lumbar support? The block, the blanket, there. So this is our proper seat that we want to have this alignment to. Tall spine that helps with our posture. Because as we sit, what happens? We begin to hunch, right? We maybe over and get these exaggerated ways here. And then with time, we have that text neck, hump there. And we want to correct that and create that tall spine. Now we're human. We're sitting at a restaurant. We're sitting at a table. We're sitting at a desk. Pause. Oh my goodness, I'm doing it again, and reset. I've done this when I've been sitting in restaurants, on an airplane, and I recorrect myself. So that's what we want to try to do. We want to be like, oh, we're going to be very mindful. So as we begin, we're going to start with the breath. So the breath sets us in tension. Now you can place hands at heart center. You can place them at your heart. You can place them on your lap. You can place them anywhere you feel comfortable with. That's up to you with that. The whole goal here is to get the body relaxed and comfortable. When we're able to do that, we're ceasing and preventing the tensing up. The tensing up is where the injury happens. So we want to let the body know you're in a safe space. It is all good. We're listening to the body. We're listening to that inner teacher, that inner wisdom that's within us. And when things arise for the practice today, whether, that feels interesting and strange in my ring finger, or wow, I didn't think my ankle hurt like that, we're going to just be aware of it. Maybe moving it a little bit more in our week, maybe babying it a little bit more. So these are all teachable moments within that. So as we breathe in through the nose, we'll exhale out the mouth. Breathing in and out. Now see if you can do this birthday candle breath where you're breathing in, blowing out those candles. Maybe each time you blow out, you can make a beautiful wish. Breathing in and out. Now, as you're doing this, are you pressing down into your feet? Sometimes we okay, this is good, I'll leave it. And then we focus on something else, then realize, ooh, I'm not pressing down my feet as much, or I'm not pressing into the sit bone. So this is how we help with cognitive function. We're starting to think about more than one thing here. So this is good for your mind here, for your memory as you breathe in and out. So we're going to do what's called a square breath. So a square, we have 4 points on it. And with this, it's inhaling, pause, inhaling, pause, inhaling, pause, inhaling, pause. It's this box. So that's why they call it box breath. And it's to the count of 4, pause. Now, as I'm moving through this, if 4 is too challenging or, you can't catch your breath, please go to a lower number. Don't feel you have to stick with the 4. Sometimes even when I do this breathing, sometimes something strange, I don't know, comes out and I'm like, whoa. And so listen to your body. So we're going to begin on that next exhale. As you breathe in, we're going to count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold that breath. Pause it for a moment. Now exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. You're going to hold it. Then inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold it. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold it. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold it. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold it, and go back to your natural breath. Now, while you were counting, could you feel it in the legs here as you squeezed and released? Maybe as you inhale, you squeeze. Maybe as you exhale, let go. Totally optional if you have the block here. This is going to help build the lower body strength here. So we're rooting down, tall spine here. We want to elongate the torso here. In our chair yoga, we have principles. One is the breath, the pranayama. This is our life force energy, our energy life force that we're breathing in. And, breath is life. So it's very important that we are mindful of our breath. And we're always one thought away from changing our breath. So if I all of a sudden jumped up to the screen and went, boo, to scare you, oh, my goodness, that would change your breath, right? Versus let's go through a meditation and relaxing, and that's going to change how your breath is. So just think of how your breath is when you're racing towards something. You're late, right? You're startled. It does change that versus when you are, in a spa, right? Or on vacation looking at the beach. So as we begin our practice today, we're going to start with our hands. The block can be here. You can tuck anything in behind that spine there, the lower back. We're going to simply open and close the hands here. So you can bring this movement where you're opening and bringing it back, kind of a front and a back. Maybe as you go front, you squeeze the block. As you go back, all the while you're pressing into the feet, all the while you're breathing. So movement with breath as you inhale, as you exhale. Now, if you're having a little bit of, challenge with the fingers curling, keep them open. It's okay. Do what you need to do to bring a little bit of movement in. Relax those shoulders here. Imagining you're bringing those shoulder blades together a little bit, like you're trying to crack a little walnut between them. Pressing down into the feet, and know you can pause at any time. Maybe you get to 5 and get a little fatigued, take 5 breaths and start again. Maybe you go to 10. So as I practice, I always try to get attainable goals. Like, okay, I'll make it to 15 and I'll have 5 breaths, or I'll let me make it to 20 and then I'll have 5 breaths. So do what feels right for your body. What feels right for me may not feel okay for you, and that's all right. So these teachable moments here. On that next exhale here, and the exhale could be when you're bringing those hands in. We're going to bring those hands right down to those thighs here. We're going to bring the shoulders up and down. Now, I always tell you, keep those shoulders away from the ears. But this one, we're going to bring a little bit of softness. Take it slow and soft, very gentle, and pause when you need. Now rooting down into the feet, the sit bone, tall spine is going to help. So my mentor teacher is doing a training called Unwreck Your Neck. And this is one of the movements that she does to kind of get things moving a little bit. So shoulders up and down. And then the next time you bring those shoulders down, I'm going to take my right hand. If you're listening, it can be your right hand. If you're mirroring me, it'll look like your left. So I'm going to bring that hand over very gently, and I'm going to place it right by the ear here. Very, very soft here. Adjust my alignment. It may help to hold on with that hand that's dangling onto the chair a little bit. That's going to help you get a little taller here. Now, sit bones are even as you begin to slightly move the head here. Very mindful, gaze can look down, eyes can be closed. Are you pressing down into your feet? Are you squeezing that block? Can you engage the belly button to the spine? Remember those pair of pants that we zipped up and buttoned here? And get a sense of how you feel in the body. Oftentimes in yoga practice, the teacher cues outside things. Your shoulders, right? Your lower back, your feet. But how are you feeling in the inside today? Did you wake up feeling a little bit tired, a little bit sad, maybe a little bit joyful or excited? So explore these feelings within you and how they shift and change with movement in the body. When we contract the body, we release these hope molecules through it, and we have this kind of inner pharmacy within our body. And maybe through the practice, maybe if you felt a little tired, a little down, by the end of the practice, that might have changed. On that next exhale, if you're holding onto the side of the chair, continue to hold as you let that hand go. Gently come down. Do you need to shake that arm out for a moment? So even this is great for circulation with shaking. It also has benefits for emotions as well. So you're really frustrated, angry, you're hating something, shaking the body, somatics is very good. So we're going to bring that arm down. So my arm I'm using for this is the left. If you're listening, left. If you're following me, it'll be your right. I'm going to bring it up and over, and my arm here is dangling down, holding onto the side of the chair to ensure that both sit bones are even here. Tall spine. So my head here is kind of right over my bottom here, my sit bones here, as I give a little stretch. Gaze can be looking down, press down into the feet here, squeeze the block if you haven't. Explore how you're feeling in the body. Maybe do a body scan from the very top of the head to the bottoms of the feet. And even if it's something like, I feel hungry today, or I feel thirsty, this is how you're feeling. I'm filled with joy. I'm feeling a little down today. And each day you will arise and emotions are going to come out of nowhere. It's like, whoa, why am I feeling this today? And it's a simple observance of it. Now, if the belly's engaged, you're going to feel this here in the belly. And then on that next exhale, as we let go, we're gently going to take those fingertips, unless you need to shake out that other arm for a moment. We're going to take those little fingers here and we're going to place them right on the tops of the shoulders here. Tall spine again. You may need to adjust where you're sitting in the chair. Do you need to be the edge? You need to be in the middle. With chair, we want to be mindful of the safety of it as well. So to make sure it doesn't wiggle and waggle and things like that. And there's no need if you don't have a mat. This oftentimes with this can damage a mat. So I have like a piece of wood, carpet. You want to make sure you have that stability. Fingers here, we're going to arch and round for cat-cow. So on that exhale, we're going to bring those elbows together. On the inhale, looking up open wide. Now, if this is too uncomfortable for you, if it's putting a little strain on your neck, open those arms up. Give yourself a little hug. So I was talking yesterday, I taught about 3 times yesterday, and I talked about how the body needs 4 hugs a day for survival. And 6 is ideal. So maybe if you didn't get your hugs today, you'll give yourself a self-hug by opening and then closing here. So this is a variation on cat-cow. Always the invitation to get on the floor if you'd like to do a traditional cat-cow. That would be in a tabletop seat. As you're looking up, you would move and chin to chest meow here. So this is a little variation, a little playfulness as you give yourself a hug. Maybe as you come in for that hug, you tap your shoulders and say, good job today. You showed up. I'm so proud of you. So human touch here, connection. So that connection in the body here, it helps release chemicals in the body. It helps us out here. One big pharmaceutical space. We're going to do 2 more here, and don't forget pressing the feet, squeezing that block, and breathing. So this is an excellent one as you open up to inhale and then it out. You're on mute. I don't hear anything you're doing here, so it's perfectly fine to get that out like you're squeezing all the yuck and discomfort out of your body. And as we bring our last one, we're gonna come back down and we're gonna just move those little fingers. So I've shared a few times about my middle finger here, and I'm seeing so much more mobility even moving them. So fingertip to thumb is excellent. This is great for cognitive function as well. Even singing, I've mentioned Merv Griffin's song of, Jeopardy, like do 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 do, and doing more than one thing lights up the hemispheres of the brain here. So by doing this mindful movement, pressing down, and even moving the arms a little bit, moving the shoulders, you're engaging the legs here by squeezing the block. You're pressing in, you're inhaling, exhaling, movement with breath here. You got it. Slow and soft. And know at any time you can remove the block. So take a moment to get a sense of how the body's feeling now. What's uncomfortable in the body that you can fix? What can you do to make yourself 1% more comfortable? Do you need to shift and change your chair? Do you need to find that pillow to place behind you to give a little bit of lumbar support here as we're into our session for a few minutes now? Explore those options. Next time that index or pinky finger meets the thumb, we're going to bring the hands together. So we're going to bring them out and in, just like they're little jellyfish floating in the ocean here. You can bring the movement out and in. So we have all these nerves here in our hands. And any type of movement you can make and modify. If this is too much, just bring the hands to the thighs, open and close. Get that little movement of a jellyfish here. You can rise it up, you can rise it down. So the pillar of, or principle of hands and arm movement. So we have our breath and we have our hands. Now the next time those little fingers and hands come in, we're going to bring the tips of the fingers together. Bring our arms out here, relax those shoulders here, and we're going to turn. Now choice to keep the block here because we're keeping the hip bones straight ahead here, and we're moving the torso. So we're going to go to side, middle, side, middle, side, middle, side. Now explore. Maybe as you come to middle, you squeeze and you go to side to release. So this is helping move the spine in all directions. It's getting a little bit of compression here to our kidneys here, a little bit of movement. This helps with digestion, helps with that waistline. And remember, you're creating a tall spine. You're lengthening the torso here. You're breathing and you're feeling great, right? So see what emotion is rising up as you're moving. Bring a little bit of fun into this as you're squeezing and letting go. A little bit of movement. Pause at any time. You need a break. You need a drink of water. Listen to your body. So we're going to do this 5 more times here. Slow and soft. And again, if you need to pause, place those hands on the thighs and take a breath. That's our mountain pose. That's our base. When we play tag or we have our base. That's our base of resting, listening to the body. So when you get your 5, take a moment to bring the arms down. I'm going to bring my right arm. If you're listening, it'll be your right. I'm holding onto the side of the chair, and as I squeeze the block, I'm going to bring the arm up and over here. Be mindful of your neck as you look down. Take it soft. Now, it's not necessary to look down if the neck's not feeling good today. Look straight ahead. Do what makes it feel comfortable for you. See how the arch of the back is here. How are the sit bones here? Can you get a little bit tall as you come over? Now, if you find yourself leaning to where that little bum of yours is lifting up, let's regroup, bring it back, even it out here. And it doesn't matter how far you go into this little arch of a rainbow, it matters the placement of weight. Now what happens if I'm leaning in, my bottom's hovering, I'm gonna feel it somewhere else. It's gonna be like, oh my goodness, we have to take it here, 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 and then later I'm gonna feel it as I'm walking or I'm bending down. I'm like, oh, why is this hurt? Well, I was compensating here. So this is the preventatives that we're taking here. We're pressing down into the feet, squeezing the block, tall spine, sit bones are even here as we look down, relax the shoulder. Now we're gonna get a little dynamic, move a little faster here. You can hold on to the side of the chair for support. Sit bones are even as we bring it down. So we're gonna go for 20 with this. Again, you can pause at 10, you can pause at 5. You can simply listen, that's all good. So here we go, we're gonna go 1. You can move the neck if you'd like, or you can keep it still. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Make sure that torso's long here. 8, 9, and 10. Now maybe at 10 you just need a moment of stillness and breathe. Breathe in, out, breathe in, out. All right, here we go, another 10. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, you got this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Take a moment to pause, breathe. Breathe in and out. Relaxing and letting go here. And then we'll take a moment to go on the other side. As you squeeze your block, I'm bringing my arm down. I'm gonna lift my left arm up as we do our little lateral stretch here. Give a little love to our obliques here. So here we go, we're gonna up. We go to 2, 3, make sure those sit bones are even here. Squeeze the block, 4, 5, remember to breathe, you got this. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now perhaps you need that breath, that's all good. Take a moment, breathe in, out, breathe in, out. Beautiful as you hold on. Here we go again. 1, we'll take it that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come on, 2 more to go. 9, and this 10. Those 2 cents of 10 make 20. Maybe you need to shake the arms out for a moment. So let's shake them out as we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you adjust the sit bones, press into the block, press into the feet. You can hinge a little bit forward, just a little bit. Imagine like your back is like a little drawbridge coming down. We're gonna bring those arms out. Fingers out wide if you can. Looking down as you press the feet, squeeze the block here. As if I'm behind you, pulling your shoulder blades back or pulling your hands back, okay, as you're looking down. So take a moment to stretch here as we're reaching backwards. If you need to, if you need that stability, hold on to the back of the chair, please. Here we go as we count down, pressing down into the feet, sit bones here. Reaching back like I'm pulling you, pulling you, pulling you. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you gently place the hands on the chair, tall spine here, we're going to bring those arms out. So imagine we're walking very briskly here, like we're going for a walk on a beautiful trail here. We're looking around. Maybe we're walking through Europe here. We're walking through a nice little trail here, looking at like this majestic castle that we're on all these acres of land, and looking at the beautiful lakes here that's there. And you can move side to side a little bit if you'd like. You can bring a little bit of swagger in here. This dynamic walking. This helps with the fascia. So maybe you're sitting in a kitchen chair and, commercial comes on, move during the commercial. So I work with the veterans, and, they're there watching TV a lot. They have a lot of movies, they watch a lot of YouTube, and I tell them every time a commercial comes on, move. Do something, whether it's tapping your fingers or tapping your toes or moving your arms up. So bring some type of mobility during every commercial. So as we count down 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, we'll bring our arms back. We're going to bring our arms out and in. Out and in. Totally optional to close fists. It's okay to keep it open. Listen to your body. Relax those shoulders. Know at any time the block can come out of this equation if you'd like. We're building strength. We're following the breath. So as we bring out, we're inhaling, in, exhaling. So here we go. We're going to count down for 20. So this is like Sesame Street. Our number of the day is 20. Here we go. 20, 19, you got it. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As we gently bring our arms down here, take a little moment and rest in our mountain shape. If you need a drink of water, please get it. And we're going to begin with bringing hands at heart center when you're ready. So we'll do a little bit of a sun A movement, not a full sun A, just a little bit of it. So we're going to bring those hands together and see if you can move the fingertips out, like away from you. Bring it to center. Maybe the thumbs are placed up against the sternum. On that exhale, you're bringing the fingers towards, like I'm going towards the camera here, or like how in the very early days I would kind of try to dive off of the diving board this way as you're breathing in, and then movement here. Then we'll gently bring the hands to heart center here, and on the inhale we'll separate those hands. We're going to bring them out around past the shoulders here. Gaze is looking up, so a little bit of a back bend here. On the exhale, we're going to turn those palms out. We're going to swan dive down and place those hands right here on the thighs here. Now another variation is to look up and then round. So this is a little bit of a cat-cow into this. Look up and round. So you're bringing the chin up if it feels okay. Relax those shoulders. And then on the exhale, chin to chest here. So you're rounding. So we're going to do 2 more of those. And if this doesn't feel good, simply just be here and look down. So this is like a little extra thing to add in. So next time we bring that chin up, we're going to lift those hands up. We're going to bring them out around and up. Looking straight up. Bring those palms together and into heart center. Well done. So we're going to do this 2 more times, and imagine as you part those hands as you inhale, you're scooping up all the love, joy, and energy that you need. Looking up, turn those hands out as you swan dive down. Totally optional to bring a little cat-cow in, or you can simply imagine me behind you pulling those shoulders back, looking forward. And again, cat-cow, looking up and rounding is always an option. If you're choosing to do this, root down into your feet. The block is there, squeeze it. Make sure the sit bones are even. So whether you're looking forward or doing your cat-cow, when you get the cat where the chin's on the chest, you're going to bring those arms out, around, and up again. As you inhale, looking up. On that exhale, bring those palms together and bring them to heart center. Well done. One more time. Press down into the feet. We're root to rising here. We're parting those hands. We're bringing it up, scooping all the love, energy, joy, peace, whatever you need today. And on that exhale, and you're imagining you're dropping all of this like on you, like woo, raindrops on you, like you have a little bucket of pouring the bucket of joy on you. On that exhale, we're going to bring those palms out. We're going to swan dive down, flat back here. Looking straight ahead. Do you want to bring in the cat-cow where you're looking up and rounding here? So this is great if you sit a lot during the day. If you're looking at your phone, you're looking at your laptop. And then when that chin hits that chest there, root down the feet. We're going to bring those hands out wide as you scoop everything up again. Scoop it up, scoop it up, scoop it up, scoop it up. And then we're going to bring those hands together and bring it right into the heart and bring it in there. Well done. All right, we're going to give a little break here to our hands here. We're going to work down to the feet. Option to move the block to the side here. So we're going to work with these little tippy toes. So we're going to spread them apart and together. Spread them apart and together. Spread them apart together. Spread them apart together. And then we're going to begin. If it feels okay, you can move to the middle of your chair. Hold on to your side of your chair if you need to. If you have any furniture, something nearby for stability, or you can just take it small. We're going to just tap those toes here. A little bit of tap dancing here. A little bit of tap dancing. You can begin to move the hands from side to side here if you'd like. So imagine you have little taps on the bottom of your shoes or slippers or socks as you tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. Bringing in this energy through the legs, getting circulation going, getting things moving. Pause at any time you feel anything discomforting at all. So here we go. We're going to go from our 20 again as we tap. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As we bring the legs to feet down, we're going to go from side to side. So this is a little windshield wiper or 90-90. You can lift the arms up if it feels okay. Take it slow. And it can be soft movements here. It's okay. Even if it's just a little bit of movement and you're using your feet here. Now you're seeing I'm kind of using my toes here, my ankles to lift up. And then we're going to bring the knees, if it feels okay, inward a little bit. It's going to feel a little awkward. Now, this is a little internal rotation. You may need to get your hands in here and to kind of open up and close the doors, right? Or close the shutters here. Open up and close it. So it's really good to bring a little bit of internal rotation. You'll find in most yoga it is external rotation, but we want to bring in this as well with the internal. So this helps strengthen the lower part of the body. So think of it, you want to put your socks on, right? You want to get your shoes on, and strengthening the external rotation helps that, but bringing balance in by doing the internal rotation as well. Next time we bring it out, if you can take your left leg, we're going to press that right foot down. Make sure that knee sticks to that second toe so you can't see those little tootsie toes. We're going to bring this up and we're going to hold. Now if you have a block or you have a stool nearby, that can help to sit on. It's okay. That's not cheating if you're putting your foot on something. See if you can squeeze. See if you can point and flex the foot here. It's going to get things moving a little bit. Relax those shoulders, so we're pointing and flexing here. So a little softer practice today. And then we'll gently bring the foot down. Then we'll bring the other side in, pointing and flexing. Now this is something you can do in your bed. You can straighten the leg as you're laying down, and you can bring the knee in and point and flex. So maybe as you go to, before you go to sleep at night, as you lay in your bed, you can bring the knee in and do this pointing and flexing. And then maybe before you kind of physically get out of bed, do a little bit of movement like this. So this will get the hamstrings going, get things a little loosey-goosey. And then as we bring the foot down, you can hold on to the side, and we're going to bring the feet out of like a foot distance apart and bring it in. Bring it out, bring it in. So this is getting a little bit of this abduction that's away from the body here. A little bit of out and in. And don't worry how far you go. You can even step. Maybe you need an extra step in that case, and that's perfectly fine. So just imagine you're doing a little dance. Maybe you can do one at a time, that's okay. Make sure the sit bones are even, so try going out and in, out and in, out and in, out and in. So modify as you need it. You know, lots of factors, right? Did you drink enough water this morning? Did you not do a lot of movement? Did you sleep wrong? How's your chair? Like this chair here, you know, I have these pants on and it actually slips a little bit. So there's a lot of factors coming into it. And the way it dips down is, it's not a flat one, it kind of goes in a little bit. So I'm in a little dip, a little pothole. And then we're gonna bring it together, and then we're gonna bring the leg out and in. You can hold on to the side of the chair if you need, out and in. Out and in. And maybe you just imagine you're tapping as you go in, out and in. And we're gonna go for 10 here. So 10 on each side, so we can get to 20. You can hold on to the leg if you need to. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Other side. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. So our next one we're going to bring in here. We'll bring feet to feet here. Take a breath. Breathing in, breathing out. And we'll take our hands right to the upper thighs, and we'll do a little bit of the hip circles here. This is great for elimination, digestion, your waistline. So we'll do 3 more arounds here, clockwise, and then move into counterclockwise. But if you started counterclockwise, whenever you're ready, move in the other direction. And then when we get to center, we're going to take a moment. We're in the center here. Find your plumb line here, your center. Hands are at heart. We're going to lift up, and we're going to go into a twist. So I'm going to move to my left. If you're listening, right hand's going to be on the upper thigh as I turn. Lead with the heart first. Head's going to follow. Press down into the feet. Where is your head in connection? Is it forward? Is it too far back, or is it right over the sit bones here? So we want to kind of get that sense of alignment. Make sure you're imagining like a little bowl, a pelvic bowl, your pelvic floor here, that you're not pouring it out or pouring it back. You're keeping the bowl steady on like on a countertop or a table. You can move the head a little bit side to side if you need a little bit of more movement in the neck today. Maybe open and close the jaw here, like chew through the jaw. That helps as well with the neck. Helps the body here. Also helps with the hips. Breathing in and breathing out. And on that exhale, as you lead with the heart first, head will follow. If you need to, you can bring the arms up. Sometimes bringing the arms up gives you that little momentum as you turn the body here. Holding onto the side, leading with the heart, holding onto the side of the chair. If this is too deep for you, you have the option to turn and hold onto the side of the chair. that is optional as well. Actually, the next shape we're gonna do, you'll be in this. So if you wanna kind of move into this side, that'll have you already ready for that one. You can move the head from side to side, chew through the jaw, give your little twist here. And holding on to the back of the chair helps you kind of go into it. Now, if you have any disc issues, spine issues, be very careful. Don't go into the full expression of the twist. You know, your body will tell you where to stop. So it's not, you're getting a benefit even moving slightly here. Now on that next exhalation, if you are not to the side of your chair, I invite you to move to the side of the chair here. Now, mindful as you come down here, this is going into a little stretch. So like if we were standing, we would be in a crescent lunge. And so we're gonna do this to the side here. It may benefit to have your block or a pillow nearby, but we can do this in a way without. So we have a tall spine. We're gonna hold on if you have the back of a chair. You're gonna take that foot here. You're gonna root it down. Knee goes to that second toe. You're gonna move this leg just down. See how that feels. Now I have my foot flexed here. I'm having the support of my toes here. See how that feels. Now, if you feel a sense of stability, you can put your arms up, look up, but holding onto the chair is perfectly fine. The idea is that we're opening the chest up and holding onto the chair. Now you can put one arm up and peek down a little bit to see where that knee is. Now the goal isn't getting the knee down to the floor. It's hovering. So if we were standing, you feel you need to stand, it would look like this, okay? You're keeping that leg straight. But in this modification, we're bending it. It's okay, all right? We're getting the hips here square. So my hips are facing towards the door here. I'm opening my chest. I'm slightly looking up a little bit. Mindful of that chin here, okay? You don't want to wreck your neck there. Relax those shoulders. And then on that exhale, as you hold onto the chair, hold on to this. I'm holding onto the back of the chair and the side of the chair. I'm going to swing this leg up, and then I'm going to go to the other side. Other side, same thing. I'm going to hold onto the back of the chair. I'm going to watch that knee so it goes to the second toe. I'm going to move that leg back. I'm going to use those toes here. My knee is not touching. It's okay to have it hovered, all right? I'm going to turn my body so that everything's faced this way. And then, can I lift one arm up? Can I lift two? Can I lift none? That's okay. You are where you are. We're opening up the chest. So a slight arch you're going to get in that lower back here as you look up. Be very mindful here. And if you feel your sense of stability, go up. We always want stability before mobility. So if you're not feeling safe, hold on. All right, this is a little bit of a stretch here. Two more breaths, you got this. And then we'll gently bring it down. Then slowly and softly come to the center here. If you get into the middle of your chair here, we're going to do what's called a camel. And if we were in a camel, we would be bending our knees and we would be sitting kind of in a hero and we would be going back. So explore the placement of where you want your feet. You want it right under your knees? Do you want to stretch a little bit and move your feet under your chair? That's an option as well. All right, see how that feels. Get your alignment, all right? So we have our head here right above our sit bone. We're gonna bring those arms back and we're gonna round. Now it's gonna involve the chin coming up, looking up. So remember CPR, you know, where Annie, are you okay? Up, that's where we're going with this. See where the feet are. Does it feel okay having flat feet, the bottom of the feet to the floor? Does it feel good tucking back where you're on maybe the tops of your feet or onto your toes? Now this is in the deeper back bend here. Hold on to the side of the chair here. Relax those shoulders, soften your face here. How are you feeling? Has anything shifted and changed emotionally? Are you feeling a little bit more energized? Are you feeling a little bit more ease and comfortable, a little bit of joy through your body? Are you finding things are shifting a little bit? On that next exhalation, as you hold onto your chair, you come up to your tall spine here. You're going to bring one leg out, then the other. We're on these heels here. You're going to move a little bit, very, very careful as you're towards the front of your chair. Do you have a back on your chair? Can you begin to come down? Very mindful and slow. And if you have that blanket, block, or pillow on that lower back, you can keep it there. See if you can move the shoulder blades on the chair as if it's dripping off. Arms can hang or hold onto the side of the chair here, pointing the toes here if you can. Now, if you're feeling unstable, dig those heels down. That's okay. And we're coming back, a little bit of gaze. Now, I have a wall behind me. I can use that wall to hold my head on. Try not to let the neck hang. Now, this is a technique of hanging the neck if you have, I'm going to turn to the side so that you can see as I tell you this. If you have, they tell you if like you want to get rid of text neck, laying on your bed. So I'm straight here, I'm hanging. You can lay on your bed like across it and your head would hang off just a little bit. So the mattress would end right here. Okay, so the mattress would be right here and I would hang down, and that helps with tech neck a little bit. We're holding on, opening up that chest, pointing those toes here as you're looking up. See how it feels. If there's any discomfort, you have any injury, start to come up a little bit. It's okay. You can open that chest up. You don't have to go all the way. So be very mindful. Gaze is looking up. So if we were on our belly, this would kind of be like an up dog or like a cobra. You can bring your arms in like this to open up the chest here. And then on that exhale, bend one knee, bring the sole of the foot down, bend the other, get the sole up, hold onto the chair as you come up. Be very mindful on this. Take a minute, especially if your neck was hanging a little bit. Take a little bit of time here to reset for a moment. You may need to kind of move the head from side to side. Maybe do a little chicken, a little kind of movement like a pigeon. A little bit of movement side to side here. And then we're going to do a shape called Nirvasana, which is boat pose. And that's going to involve, again, you kind of tilting back. So get that bottom there between the middle of your chair. You're going to lean back a little bit and you're going to bring the feet up here like a boat. Now, if this doesn't feel safe or comfortable, get a block under your feet. But the idea is that you're a boat. You're a boat. So like I would come a little bit back and bring it up. And no worries, you can put the feet down like this if it's okay. Relax those shoulders here. We're putting those arms out, energetic here. If you want a little bit more, you can bring those hands into heart center. Do a little twist, center, twist, center, twist while the knees are bent here. One more round here. And we're almost at the end of our practice for Shavasana here. When you get to middle, come up, bring the soles of the feet together here. We're in our Baddha Konasana here, our butterfly. Now, if you have cataracts, glaucoma, low blood pressure, you have anything with your neck, be very mindful. You don't want to fall completely over. As you have that stability, hold those hands here, right on the thighs as you come down, as if you're opening up wider here. You're just breathing, looking down at your feet here. And again, this is a little softer practice today where it's in the chair. We didn't do any standing or floor poses today. So this just gives you an example of, what a chair session in a seated. On that exhale, as you press down, very careful and mindfully, as you come to that tall spine, We're going to finish out with a piriformis stretch here. So this is our thread the needle. I'm taking my left leg. I'm going to bring it into that external rotation. And I'm going to hold on to the side of the chair since this seat is a little low here. Now see where you are with this. You can bring the ankle a little bit above the knee here. Now if you have sciatic, straighten that leg. That's okay. All right? And see how it feels as you're holding it. Tall spine. And if this is not attainable, can you cross the ankles? A little variation there. You can squeeze. If you're in your thread the needle, hold on to the bottom of your foot, hold on to the knee. You can always hinge forward. Remember that little drawbridge coming down. Gaze can look at your bottom foot. Three more breaths here, and it's that action where I'm pulling you again. I'm pulling your shoulders back. And maybe I'm behind you, pushing you down to go a little deeper. And hold on to the side of the chair if you need. Now on that exhale, if you are folded over this way, come up to the tall spine, gently take that foot and bring it down. If you've crossed your legs, gently uncross them. And if you need a little windshield wiper or a little tapping, you can bring that in before the next one, and then we'll be off to Shavasana. So other side here, I'm bringing out to the external rotation. This side may be completely different. I might feel like the Tin Man here, right? And that's okay. This is a teacher here. So my foot is flexed when we're here. Make sure it's flexed. We don't want it to sickle out. It protects the knee. Straighten the leg if you need to. If this is not happening in your life today, can you cross ankle to ankle here? Tall spine. Hinging forward. So it's okay. Some days we get to the mat and it's like, yeah, this isn't happening today. When we have different things, swelling, medication. So lots of things come into play. So be okay with where you are. Say, okay, well, this medicine did this to me today and, not feeling great. So I'll go a little softer today. It's all right. Explore moving forward a little bit. Shoulders are back. Breathe. How are you feeling? You're getting a sense of calm and peace that'll follow you through the day. Trusting things will unfold the way they should. Everything's amazing. Everything is wonderful. And on that next exhale, as we gently cross, uncross. Do you need to move from side to side? As we enter our Shavasana. Now we haven't gone on the floor. Invitation to lay on the floor, put the feet up. Invitation to stretch out the legs, come back if that feels okay. But you can sink into your chair here. Place the hands upward, palms upward, backs of the hands on the feet, rooting down the feet into the floor, bringing those shoulders back up and in the present moment. It's an integration of body, mind, and spirit that you created movement, energy in the body, and now taking a moment in stillness. Breathing in and breathing out. Maybe with each exhalation, you're letting go of something that no longer serves you. Allowing things to soften. Maybe explore slight movements of the fingers and toes. Maybe imagining you're playing something on the piano, that you're touching the keys. Maybe imagining you're touching the C note, then down to G, back to B, down to F. Slow movements with the body, getting this joint synovial fluid. Maybe explore if you're seated in the chair, gently tapping the toes, maybe moving the heels up and down a little bit. As a child, I grew up in a house that had one of these organs, Waltz, I think, organs. I used to have to pump down on the pedals. It was one that you would have thought would have been in a church. So I grew up having one of those in the dining room. And it makes me think of that as I pedal in my chair. As a child, I would have to reach down on the bench. Not every shape, not every movement has to be dynamic. It can be slow and soft, slow and steady. And on that next exhalation, as you softly begin to open your eyes, we'll place those hands at heart center. And with this, it is a giving of thanks. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you. Thank you so much for listening to your body. Thank you for showing up and being present. Thank you for giving it a try and exploring how it feels in your body. And as I seal out the practice, as I say Shanti Shanti Om, which means peace, eternal peace. Peace for you, peace for your family, and peace for the world. As the light in me will always acknowledge the light in you. Make sure to get something cool to drink. Stay hydrated, very important for the body. And keep moving. Have a wonderful day.
Bye. Have a good day,
Bye.
guys. Bye.